It's been for a while since we've been in the industry, mainly in the hotels and also restaurants. So the idea of going into healthy food has been some culture in our family with my wife, who is a vegetarian. And what we did basically is that the idea came about because we were looking at the possibility of staying in Singapore, developing a concept, and the concept of Salad Stop started at that time in 2009 by moduling the entire process. And it was a very good experience and very, very exciting. And it started with Adrian, my son, and we were doing the moduling in his own shop house.
Can you start over about how the idea of Salad Stop started? Yeah, can you tell me about the start of the Salad Stop itself?
Well, let's go back to history, where I'm second generations of hotelier, and then Adrian is the third, with Catherine, of course. And we've always lived abroad from having our home from Switzerland. And then we came to Singapore in the early 1980s. And we basically lived in this region for over 25 years. Having lived in hotels and worked in hotels, of course, restaurants was also something that I had to service every day. There's a lot of noise, no?
We can cut it first. Suara kotak-kotak tadi dia mengganggu.
So we moved to Singapore, and from that moment, 25 years, we've lived here, and then we've traveled all over in Asia, from Indonesia to Korea to Thailand and Singapore and Sri Lanka. So food and beverage has always been part of my life because that's what I studied when I was a young man. And when Adrian came and told me that he would like to start afresh and being an entrepreneur, I told him, yes, why not? That would be a very good idea. So we sat down, and in his own house, we had a very long table, and we started cutting a little bit the newspapers, so that we could emulate the concept. And then we did role playing, and the role playing was, I was the customer and he was the server. So what happened is that we had to time how many minutes a customer would have to wait to be served if we had 20 customers behind in line. So we did the role play, and then we came up with the entire concept of Salad Stop. So that was in 2009. It took us about 3 months for us to conceptualize the idea of Salad Stop, and then we signed 4 leases in one go, which was quite an aggressive way of looking at the future. And so in the 4 outlets were open in 5 months. So we had already a mass distribution at that time to be able to have the Salad Stop distributed in Singapore. Today we've got 16 outlets in Singapore. We've got in the Philippines 8 outlets operating. We're opening the 9th very, very soon. And what's most exciting is, of course, we've got Jakarta coming up. Jakarta, I think it will be hopefully open by September, October of this year. Then we've got Japan. And even going further, we've got Malaysia, we've got the Korean, and of course Hong Kong, which is also an important market for us. From Hong Kong to Korea to Malaysia, there's also Australia, and of course the next step is to go into Europe. And being Swiss, we want to start our own Salad Stop in Switzerland and then grow up in the region as a whole. The entire culture of Salad Stop is integrity. We need to have integrity towards our customers, integrity to the products that we have, and of course integrity with our employees. So for us, the culture is a family business, and we want to show to the customers that we care about their health and we care about their eating. And that's what we like doing. And this is a fabulous joint venture. So Catherine, Adrian, and Franz, who has joined us last year, are part of a family. And then I have an easy task of being able to overlook and being there for them when they need my assistance and my know-how.
So maybe I would like to go back to why Salad Stop?
You know, when we thought about Salad Stop, or when we thought about a salad bar, is because in Singapore at the time, in 2009, there were no salad bars, there was no healthy eatery. And for us to change a little bit the culture, instead of going into a hawker stall, we decided that we wanted to do something that has the opposite of being healthy and eating healthy. So we started by thinking very seriously of going vegetarian at one given point. So that's how the whole concept started. And in Europe and in the United States, salad bars existed. So we said, why don't we try and transfer that knowledge from Europe and the United States to Asia? There was one salad operator in Australia, and they were doing quite well, but they never came out of Australia. So we said, we want to have a very Singaporean concept that has its birth here in Singapore, and then being able to then transfer that into other countries in Asia Pacific. So our target is to have, within the next 2 to 3 years, close to 50 outlets for Salad Stop.
About the Salad Stop goals itself, about the movement or eat wide awake, and telling about the sourcing of the food to the customer. What is maybe you have a vision about, or maybe your goals for the present Salad Stop to maybe in the future for the Salad Stop?
The future for Salad Stop, of course, is to grow organically within the region, and also to participate with the society wherever we are, so that people are eating much healthier and they are also enjoying what they eat. And we serve about an average per month of 85,000 customers, which is of course very encouraging, and that shows that there are people who are interested in eating healthy. And eating wide awake for us it's a movement. It's something that we wanted to be able to emulate with our customers and say, not only for yourself, but for your children and for everyone else, your friends and family members, for you to be able to be eating healthy. The future of Salad Stop, of course, is to increase our presence in Asia Pacific, and to have close to 50 restaurants within the next 2 to 3 years, not only in Asia, but then also to develop our infrastructure in Europe and the United States.
And what do you see about the concept of the Salad Stop for the people, maybe for the places that you haven't touched? Yeah, mostly about in Asia. What do you think about maybe the prospect of Salad Stop itself for the other places?
Well, we're looking at possibilities of bringing Salad Stop to students like universities, schools, so that they are educated as well to eat healthy. So it's very, very encouraging to see that there are basically universities that are interested for us to come in. There's also, wherever we are operating at this point of time, where there's a fitness center, and that also encourages us to be able to get those fitness freaks to come to Salad Stop as well.
I think the question for you is about that. Do you want to add something else, or I think? Okay, we're gonna start about maybe for you about the concept of the eat wide awake again. Maybe some of the ideas came from you also.
But Eat Wide Awake, I prefer that either Catherine or Adrian talks about that, because that's their, whilst he's going to talk about that, then it's
I know, we're sure we